So, Adrian, rewiring your brain, rewiring your habits, and dealing with your subconscious. Give me two or three of your takeaways.
Well, first off, plasticity. We've talked before about this. Sometimes, we think about it in one way, but she's saying, look, plasticity works both ways. You can form new habits, you can break old habits, that sometimes we get stuck in loops. And no more so than at work, where, maybe we've had a bad experience doing something, bad experience public speaking, maybe, or a bad experience, working with men bosses or women bosses or whatever it is, that we think, oh, no, we can change the way we think. And that's a really powerful idea as we move forward.
Yeah, this we don't have to stay where we're stuck, and she talks about being stuck, right? I thought it was interesting. She said failure is a data point. It's just a data point. Don't beat yourself up on it. Take that data point, put it in. The other thing she mentioned is that we really are a product of our entire lives. Yeah. And don't forget that. You've got a lot of habits, you've had a lot of experiences, and that's why you are who you are. It doesn't mean you have to continue to be stuck in whatever modality you're in, but you can change it and rewire. And then she talks about her hacks. What did you think about those?
Well, let me just get this idea too before I move on, because I wrote some things down about this idea of the mistakes we make, etc. That life is a learning curve, and the failure is data points. And I thought of our friends at WD-40. For those who don't know, WD-40 stands for Water Displacement 40th Formula, and they're very proud that 39 formulas before failed. And again, they weren't failures, they were data points. They learned every way along the way. And I think that's the idea, is that, what are we doing to move ourselves forward versus thinking, oh, I'm a failure. Now coming to these hacks, I just thought, what did she say? The physiological sigh, one of those little life hacks we can put into place. I think these are really powerful to not just be Pollyanna, but to maybe think and do some things in a more positive way.
Yeah, and that you can do this. I thought she was very encouraging. You can change habits. You can change the way you do things. And I love that she gave some really practical advice along that line.
I want to find out what you thought about her theories on breakups.
Yeah. Well, luckily I have been happily married for 41 years this year. So
but we've broken up with one organization that we, it was a little hard.
Well, and some relationships along the way that didn't work out. It is interesting how you, well, at least I did, how you really internalize all that and you really do beat yourself up. And it's been years and years since that happened. And I still have those moments when I reflect and think, could have done that better. Should have been more gracious. Should have been more careful the way we did those. And then the other part of me kicks in, and they could have been nicer too. Isn't it interesting the way we hold on to it for a long time? It's really unhealthy.
And the idea, we got to rewire ourselves. We got to use that plasticity to form new habits and to take away the good that we had, those chemicals that were in our brains. She's right, that were making us feel good. There were a lot of good things. Let's remember those. Let's move on.
Yeah, and when I think of really good things in my life, who do I think of? I think of our producer, Brent Klein. No question about it. And Christy Lawrence, who brings in all these amazing guests. We have all these wonderful conversations. Hey, if you like the podcast, please share it. We'd love to have you come visit thecultureworks.com as well to see all the fun stuff we're doing there. A lot of free takeaways on how to help your team not just survive, but thrive. And we like speaking too, don't we, Adrian?
We do. Well, virtually or in person around the world on the topics of culture, teamwork, resilience. Give us a talk. We'd love to talk to you about your event. We'd also love you to try out a copy of our new training that is based on anxiety at work. It's called the Anxiety at Work Resilience Training. And this is several hours of in-depth training from me and Chester and Anthony Gostick, our co-author. And we have guests joining us from around the world, different executives who have used some of these philosophies. And we get into the 8 steps of how you can build a really resilient team. It's some powerful training, isn't it, Chess?
Yeah, really was a lot of fun putting it together and really eye-opening, And of course, buy the book. It's available in Audible, available at fine bookstores digitally and on lit video books as well. So lots of resources, lots of places to get it. And Adrian, as always, a delight to be with you here today. I'll give you the last word.
Well, it's been fun. Once again, we've learned a lot and we've had some laughs. Jess, thanks again for being with me today. And to everybody, we wish you the best of mental health.